I don't remember that quite like I used to.
It was a long time.
It
like
was
the
nothing
90s.
like it is now. So I hope these young men that come in here understand that it's not always like this.
Yeah.
But there's quite a few challenges they'll probably have to overcome. There was a great saying, obviously, at Michigan, those who stay will be champions.
We're down here to take care of business and go out there and win a football game. And, no one on this team is going to settle for anything less than that. So, it's a huge bowl game, and we're playing a great opponent. So it really presents a lot of challenges for us, but it's a great place to be.
Well, this one's worn in pretty good. I got this when I was up at a game about 3 months ago. So
yeah. But in your heart, you're a Giants fan. The San Francisco
Giants. Rooting for them. I've been going to those games for a long time. So I was a Giants fan long before any other baseball fan.
Yeah, there's a lot of excitement. We've had a tough time beating the Dolphins the last couple of years, so it's good to get them at our house. It was a big win, and hopefully we can keep it rolling in Carolina in a couple of weeks.
I really don't think, I sit there and say how well I perform, because a quarterback.
I'll answer that because he's going to give you this modest.
No, I'm serious.
If you do the cliche
I'll put it this way, Terry. I'm not surprised at how well he's performed. When I went down, I fully expected him to come in and play at a very high level because I watched it.
It could never get me out of the batting cage. I was one of those guys that one more. One more. With the thought of taking probably about 30 or 40 in there now. I guess I've done this for so long, and I know what I feel like in the off season. That I'm always trying to figure out ways to have a day that's filled with things I like to do. And when I'm playing football during those 7 months out of the year, it's easy. I mean, you get up and you come in here, and not that it's easy to work, not that it's easy to show up every day and do the job, but you're focused. You got a goal. You got something you're trying to accomplish. And when that's done, you don't have 80,000 people screaming your name. Everybody has different size hands, and it affects people differently. Well, I thought, and Peyton thought, and every other quarterback thought, you should be able to be comfortable with the ball you're throwing. It's the most important piece of equipment on the field. Be comfortable with the ball you're throwing. So now when we go to Denver, we don't go play with brand new footballs, which is how they liked it. When we go to Carolina or Miami, now we bring our own balls, and it just, I think, evens the playing field for everybody. You're just caught up in the week-to-week stuff for so long, and then finally to win that AFC championship, and then 2 weeks to listen to Freddie Mitchell talk got pretty long. This is where it all started. We always used to joke around, you got to be a State Street quarterback before you become anything else, and that meant you got to put the work in at the practice field to ultimately kind of achieve your goals. And it was a battle here. I mean, we had so many great players over the years, and there was constant competition, and that's what I wanted out of college, and that's why I chose Michigan. And if you don't want that, you don't come to a place like Michigan. Everything that is non-football related, he just takes care of. I mean, you don't have to worry about anything. He tries to alleviate as many of those pressures as he can so we can focus on what our job is. That's to go out and try to win as many football games as we can. All little boys, have some mischief in them, so I kind of like it because that means I get to discipline them.
You?
Yeah, of course. I remember my father was such a strong influence in my life and continues to be to this day. And to be a strong male figure in your son's life is critically important, and I love that opportunity. I've always, I love being here. I mean, I really do. I love playing for this organization. It's the only organization I've ever known, but I know a lot of people come from different places. Randy, who's one of my best friends on the team, always tells me how different this place is than other places that he's been. So, that means a lot to me because those guys, I value their opinions so much, and it's a great place. If you like winning games, it's a great place. So. Feels great, man. We won it. It was a tough battle out there. They got a damn good team, and we just kept fighting. We made some big plays there in the second half, and it's good to win. It's good to beat good teams. I think you leave a game like this, and a team that has as many talented players as they have, and it was a battle. So I hope Favre's okay. Well, I think it has its physical challenges, its mental challenges. So, we got after it pretty good yesterday. No one's really sure what day it is around here. Doesn't feel like a Tuesday, I'll tell you that. But, we as football players, we adjust. We do what we got to do. So, we put a lot of installation in, trying to understand what they do well, what they don't do so well, and try to go out there and execute well on game day. I've known him for
a very long time. I think when I started getting interested in playing football, originally on my freshman high school team, they had me play middle linebacker, and I was a terrible middle linebacker and the backup quarterback. It was great. I mean, we lost 2 straight, and then we come down to here where it's always a tough place to play, and to see the fans leaving the stadium with 10 minutes left in the game was pretty cool. They're all great in different ways, but if I had to choose, I'd probably say the ascot slipper. You can wear it inside, you wear it outside. It's so comfortable. The sheepskin keeps those feet nice and warm. But in the wintertime, when I'm back in Boston, I'd probably say the Butte. Well, I think Coach Belichick really stresses that with this team, and as we played 11 games, being 8-3, I don't think it's where we hoped we were at. I think we're obviously in a decent position, but he always says 8 wins don't get you anything in this league. So our whole season's ahead of us, and the month of December is when the best teams really start to, separate themselves, and hopefully we can be one of those teams.
Well, first I'd like to give the Giants a lot of credit. They certainly made the plays when they needed to. It's a very good football team. They put a lot of pressure on us, and we just came up a little bit short. And I think there were some missed opportunities out there. Every guy in the locker room wishes, he could have done maybe a little bit more, and maybe the outcome would have been a little different. But it was a very hard-fought game.
Disappointed. I think we obviously didn't play very well, and you don't play very well against a good team. It's not even very competitive, so it's unfortunate. We just couldn't make any critical plays when we needed to.
Every man in this room is counting on you. And every player that's ever worn this helmet is counting on you. Because you guys are the ones that are lucky enough to play for Michigan.
I think being here, going into my 14th year, feeling better than I've ever felt, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I'm at a place where I've been through so much stuff. Now I'm at a point where I really feel like everything that's happened over the course of my 13 years has prepared me for this. I'm at a great place with my being, with my role on the team, with my relationship with my teammates, my family life, how comfortable I feel in my own skin.
That Reeves catch was pretty sweet. I saw it last night. You know what I was watching? The top 10 Randy Moss highlights.
Okay.
Last night. I saw it on Sunday, so I was watching it, and that was #1.
Okay.
And that was a ridiculous catch.
Sure, we practiced since the spring. I don't know how many practices we've had, 21, 22. So, yeah, they've seen a lot of stuff that we do. We kind of know them a little bit. But, you'll get some different competition. But this is all good work for us, too. There's sometimes where you play a team twice in a year, and, they're really familiar with you. You're familiar with them. And ultimately, you got to go out and the fundamentals of the game kick in. You got to make the plays. You got to make the reads. You got to do the fundamentals of the game that, allow you to win the game, be dependable, block, tackle. All those things are really important. So that's kind of the fundamentals of the camp.
I don't have really any reaction, Jim. Our owner commented on it yesterday, and it's only been 30 hours, so I haven't had much time to digest it fully, but when I do, I'll be sure to let you know how I feel about it.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the catch on the sideline. I saw us bat it, and then next thing I know, he was sitting there with the ball in his hand, and it was unbelievable. And then Malcolm, made the play of the year to save our season. So it took everybody, from the first guy to the last guy, and I'm proud of our effort. I'm proud of our mental toughness. We had a great team. We had a lot of determination this year. We've been through a lot, and I'm just, couldn't be more proud of our team.
I eat healthy pretty much most of the time. I still like, all those comfort foods, especially when it gets to be, 25 degrees and cold out in the wintertime. I think, some of those wholesome foods that I grew up with, like pizza, how could you ever pass?
They got a great rush, and they've got some great pass rushers. They've got interior pass rushers. They've got some outside rushers. I think you complement that with good coverage, and it's just tough for us to ever get into a rhythm, and finally to score some points there at the end, and then for it to come down to a 2-point conversion is a tough way to obviously end the season.
I never imagined, being in this situation. I've just been so blessed. I got to the Patriots at the right time, in 2000, and Coach Belichick got there, and we've been on this magical run, and I still feel like we're in it.
Well, I think my dad is my hero because he's someone that I look up to every day. And my dad.
I'm still having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So it's 18 training camps, and I still feel like there's room for improvement. So
that's the most cliche thing I've ever heard you say, and you say a lot of cliche stuff.
Do I?
Yeah.
Well, it's not,
you're good
because
at it.
why would you keep doing it if you actually didn't feel like you could improve? So I've worked on a lot of things this off season, so I want to show up. I want the work hard to pay the hard work to pay off. Yeah, we had a good chance there, and they made a good play. They made a lot of good plays today, and we battled. It was competitive, but we just obviously didn't get the job done. Yeah, just give them a lot of credit. They played good, and kind of stopped us when they needed to at different points in the first half and the second half, and just weren't able to get the job done. Just execution. So just got to do a better job, and tough to get behind and come back, and just put ourselves in a pretty deep hole, and you can't do that on the road.
I don't think, for me, I don't know what to think, other than I'm just blessed, and I know that I'll be giving back for the rest of my life, I know how hard it is to play in the NFL, and I have so much respect for the players. The way the Rams played last night, they played so good on defense, and so proud of our guys for fighting, and just glad to come away with a Super Bowl win.
Well, I think certainly poor execution, and it's what it comes down to. It's a game of execution, and obviously they, made more plays than we did, and made some just bad, terrible turnovers, and it's hard to win turning the ball over like that.
I'm trying to spend as much time with my family as I can. I think there's been a big transition from my life in Austin to now moving my life to Florida, basically.
A little bit of a surprise, obviously, I think, when it kind of comes out of the blue. You get a phone call and said, hey, you're achieved this amazing honor. The second time in my life, and hard to imagine because I was a kid growing up that loved sports. He's hard not to have a connection with. He's so easy to be his teammate, to throw the ball to him, the quarterback aspect, and it's the connection we had since the beginning of our relationship. He got picked when he was pretty young to come play together with me in New England, and I think that position is so critical to the success of a quarterback, because that throw to him is always available. He's always a tough matchup to defend, and then you put his incredible athletic ability and athleticism, his speed, all the things that matter. But then he is an intellectual part that people don't see, because they always think Gronk goofs off all the time. But Gronk is a very, very smart player, person. He has very high awareness of everything.
Yeah, I think there was defense made some huge plays. That's the great thing. Fourth quarter, 3-point game, and they made a huge stop. We went down there and scored, which was good, and then a few big turnovers. So that was great to see. And offensively, it was just we grinded it out and found a way. But obviously, we all wish we could have done some things to be more productive.
I've been in professional sports for 22 years, but I played the sport of American football for 31 years, going back to my childhood. And I was very fortunate to fall in love with the game. That's brought me so many incredible moments and experiences in my life, and I feel very blessed along the way to meet so many incredible teammates, coaches, members of multiple organizations that were so committed to not only winning games and winning on the field, but committing themselves and the entire organization to doing amazing things in the community as well.
Everyone finds their own interests. I was so fortunate to find a real love for sports. And it wasn't just, hitting the ball, throwing the ball. It was the camaraderie of teammates. And there's so many things that I've learned over the years being a part of a team setting and being involved in sports and dealing with people and relationships. And yeah, it's about getting the ball in the end zone, but that's the final, step in the process. There's so many other things that lead to the camaraderie and the the ability to do that more often than most other teams. So that's really where the work is.
It's been so fun. The best part is I have the best teammates in the world. Kevin Burkhardt, Aaron, Tom Rinaldi, my boy Z, Roos. So just coming into this, it's been so much fun. Really enjoyed every part.
Great crew.
Unbelievable 3 days that was in Paris. 6 different venues, 9 different events that we saw. Had a chance to have my little girly girl here with me. It's hard to show you guys those things on 10-second social clips or 20-second social clips. So that's why we're doing some of this longer stuff, and I'm going to bring you guys along with me, and I hope you guys really enjoy it.